it was guys' heads with different fruits.
No, no, no.
Yes, it was. On the commercial?
Not on the commercial. On
Oh, you mean actually in the
the
underwear?
underwear.
That I don't know.
No, there's
'Cause
not
I
a
never
there's
had Fruit
not
of
a
the Loom.
cornucopia.
I never had Fruit of the Loom underwear. We were all girls in our house.
There's no basket.
Yeah,
So
there's
it's
no
just the
basket.
But
fruit.
the
It's just the
ad
fruit.
had a
Yep.
basket of guys' heads wrapped in fruit. Don't you remember the ad?
I
I can't say that I do.
said I do.
Anybody remember the ad?
But I did know it didn't.
And welcome back to She Said, She Said. I am Pam Pryor, author, speaker, CFO, cash flow podcast host, and I balance the books.
Oh God, I don't even know how to respond to that. I'm Deb Reinhard. I am a life coach, meditation teacher, certified by Deepak Chopra and the INLP Center, and most of the time I balance Pam.
Oh, so every week we dive, as you know, into different topics: business, home, kids, dogs,
Yeah, life.
and just kind of tackle what happens in life for long married couples.
Yeah. And sometimes you might catch a really good, like, spirited argument.
Possibly. I wonder what trouble we can get in today. I wonder what our producers have lined up for us.
Bring it on. Oh,
I'm
boy.
ready.
Well, first, did you cook the chicken?
Yes.
Yes.
She did.
I cooked the chicken.
But you said you were going to cook the chicken, Pam.
I did not cook the chicken.
I cooked the chicken.
I did not.
And it was very good.
It was really, really good. And it was cooked while I was on call. So, like, to be fair, I didn't have an option to cook the chicken because
There
it
would have
was.
been time for you to cook the chicken, Pam, because you're on calls until all hours of the day or night.
That just happens.
Just telling you.
That just happened. But I smelled the chicken being cooked. Does that count as contributing?
I don't know. Did you set the table?
No, she did not.
Did you do the dishes?
No, she did not do that either.
There were a lot of calls that night.
Mm-hmm.
There really were.
Mm-hmm.
And I always offer, but this time you just did it and like it was done before you sat down.
I again, clean as you go.
Yeah.
So by the time the dinner is on the table, most of the dishes are
cooking
either
stuff's cleaned
cleaned up or in the dishwasher. So,
Yeah.
there's
So there
not a lot.
was nothing to help with, but it was
That's all what you
good
need.
chicken. We like a good baked chicken thigh.
I do it well.
Mhm.
That was a good, and it was a good.
What was the
recipe.
spice you put on it?
Okay, so the secret for it was a little bit of brown sugar, because it caramelizes all of the spices onto the chicken.
Very interesting. Because
Yeah.
when I cook, I basically use salt, pepper,
I know you do.
butter.
No, there were many different spices.
There was a
in
lot
that
of spice on it. It
mix.
was good.
Yeah.
It was very good, but it was like you'd probably never be able to create it again.
Yes, I could.
Did you write it down?
No, but I know what website I got it from.
Oh, and you didn't alter it with
did
your
not.
Deb thing that you sometimes do?
I did not.
Okay, then you could recreate it.
Yeah.
Because usually you will admit with recipes.
I do.
I will say,
I mess with
God, that was
recipes.
great, and I'll never get it the same way twice because you experiment.
Because most of the times I'm playing around with things.
Yeah, and recipes are meant to be followed
For baking.
for everything.
No.
Why is it written as instructions?
Because it gives
if
you a
you're
direction.
supposed to
It's guidance. It's more of a guideline. You know? Do you know what that's
kind of
from?
like those speed limit signs?
That is also a guideline.
All right, I get you. I
It's
hear
also
you.
a guideline.
So yes, we had the chicken and it was delicious.
I love it. Let's continue with the recipe because that's literally one of the topics that we have. The recipe is never cooked the same way.
Oh, okay.
It's true.
So let's just keep that conversation rolling.
So I'm trying to remember, and I forget what it was because I've never had it twice. But there was something one of the regular meals that we did back when in the day when we would literally grade the
When
recipes.
we were grading recipes, that was
and
the
you
best.
tweaked one of them. Oh, I know what it was. It was for the
Was
pizza you used to make.
The pizza. I was gonna say the spinach and feta pizza.
It had spinach, feta, onion, maybe.
Yeah, it did have onion.
And
spinach, feta,
but
onion.
like one night it came out like absolutely perfect, and you had done something different.
Rosemary. I put rosemary in the pizza dough.
There
when
you
I make
go.
the dough.
That's what it was. But you never made that the same way twice. You made it.
You gotta admit,
close.
But hold on.
But it was never that.
I get. You know what? I don't. So in fairness, I don't measure for that pizza. So that's probably true. But the other thing was I mean, that was our first home.
Mm-hmm.
That was the cottage, and
Yep.
and I don't think anything ever could come out exactly the same. It
Because
was
the
an
oven was so old.
old oven. It was an old
We'll
oven.
blame it
It
on
was
the
we
oven.
prayed for that oven every time we used
That is true, but it was all right. I'll give you that.
it.
That's
Yeah.
like when I used to work at Tasty Cake, and the ovens were the 50-year-old ovens, and I still
Yes.
am convinced that's why they used to taste so good.
They probably did. They tasted better then.
It had more. It just had a depth of flavor,
Yeah.
and now, well, I
Well,
won't.
now it's very sanitary.
There you go.
That's
Now
what
it's very
it's very.
sanitary. Not to imply in the early
But
2000s it wasn't
in
sanitary, but
fairness, I love to experiment with. I love to experiment with recipes. I won't do it for baking because baking, if you get that stuff out of whack,
mhm,
you're screwed.
you're messed up.
But when you're doing food, like trying different flavors,
See, food to you
that's
is art.
fun.
Food to me is science. Like,
Yeah,
that's why I like it plain and simple. I like my minute rice. It's
because
always gonna be the
you're
same
not in a
way every
sciencey
time.
mind. It's got to be the same
I
thing
like my
every time.
steak cooked the same way,
I
salt and
know.
pepper, and you'll put on all these different spices. And sometimes they're good, but, like,
The
it can't
la
be
Oh,
recreated.
now tell me, the last time that I did a steak for you, was that not a delicious steak?
It was very good. It was
Don't
very good.
even. It was
You messed with
fabulous.
it.
A little bit.
You messed with it.
But I did all the things. Like I actually took the meat out like
Mhm.
at least a half an
Followed all the
hour
rules.
beforehand to bring it up to room
Room temperature,
temperature,
yep.
salted the crap out of it, and then
All
I
good so
and then I
far.
and then yes, I used Montreal steak seasoning sauce.
There we go. And it was
So
good.
it
Don't
was fabulous.
don't get me wrong, and I will never complain when you put food in front of my face. Well, yes, I will, clearly.
Yes, you will.
Later, I
Mhm,
will.
mhm.
But there's still nothing like, and I say the same thing about pork chops,
Yeah.
everything. If you just salt and pepper and
You're
cook
just
it,
you're just
it's
your
perfect.
palate is
It's
the palate
perfect.
of a 3-year-old.
But it's not.
It
It just
but it
knows what
is.
it's likes
Yeah,
and
and
likes
it
to
is the
repeat.
palate of a
I
3-year-old.
I just like a nice clean. I like to know, like minute rice, you know the taste you're going to get every time. It's
Yes.
kind of like McDonald's hamburger, which
Yeah,
I don't recommend. Don't get me wrong. I know I don't want to fire everybody up about McDonald's, but you always know exactly what you're going to get.
it's true.
And I do it at restaurants too. I
I know
order the
you
same
do the
thing
same
over
thing
and
all the
over.
time.
I'm not a fan of
You have
Indian food with all those
you never
spices.
try Indian food? Oh
I've
no, you've
tried.
tried. You've tried a couple things.
No, Lindsay sat me down and had me try like 8 things, and I did not like one of them.
You're broken.
I don't know what to tell you. I like salt and pepper.
That's because you need to train your palate. You need
See,
to
now
try things.
let's discuss that.
Yeah.
If I'm perfectly happy with my palate and I
Yeah.
love all and I love everything I eat,
Mhm.
why do I have to train it to like something different?
Because your palate is exceptionally limited, Pam. So the people
Limited,
who have a more adventurous
refined,
oh that's not refined. It is
refined,
it is restricted.
refined.
And so the people who eat with you are very limited in terms of where we can go. Every time we go, we have to think,
But you
is
don't.
there just plain meat and potatoes or
How hard
is
a
there just
question is that to ask?
it's a
Can
it's
I get just plain food? Can I get food? Just food
you can always get food.
with sauces and spices and
Yes.
all the
So you
things.
can experience a culture when you go to eat. It's wonderful.
I do that. I
Yes,
do that with Brazilian steak because guess what?
I know.
Salt and a grill.
I know.
I
And there's something magical about the way Eriku's dad cooks his food.
well, yeah, that is
Yeah,
absolutely true.
yeah.
And brings it around on a plate while it's still hot, fresh off the grill. Yeah, my
Yeah.
mouth's watering
Yeah.
already
Stop.
thinking about that.
Stop. Just stop.
But so I guess what we're really kind of saying is I like to revisit things I already like.
And I like to try new things.
There you go. This is what these diversities, I won't call them discrepancies, diversities are what make for a
Yeah.
beautiful relationship.
Yes.
There we go. Separate restaurants, but beautiful
Oh
relationship.
yeah, that we found the joy of DoorDash. But
Yeah.
I gotta say, like, despite all of that, right? Despite the convenience of DoorDash to be
Hmm.
able to say, oh, you can order from wherever you want, blah blah blah. And this is not a pitch for DoorDash because we use DoorDash,
Yeah.
Uber Eats, we use them all.
Grubhub.
We use
Yep.
them all. Um, I miss going to a restaurant and sitting down with somebody
Mhm.
over a common menu in a common space without a computer in their lap. It is it's a way of eating that I do miss.
We did that recently.
Yeah, we went to Roost Chris. What was that? What was
I
that
forget
for?
what we were celebrating. Oh, you got your one of your certifications.
Oh, that's exactly
One of
right.
your
I
10,000
finished my I
certifications.
finished my master's certification. That was it.
Yep. But we
That was
do it for
great.
breakfast every Saturday.
Yes.
We do a, at the table with people
Yes.
Saturday over the
Yes.
same menu. But I do think, and I should admit here, confess, we have fallen through on something.
Yeah, our date nights.
We committed the no exception date nights and we screwed up.
Uh, Poorly.
All right. So recommit. Keep this promise to
I've
ourselves.
never been the
Here's how
problem
we're going to
here.
recommit. We're going to recommit, and the next time we tape, we have to tell what our date night
Where we
was.
went for date night. I'm up for that.
And we might have to report on date night every time we film, just to make sure we are truly held accountable to it.
We'll do a date night
Oh,
recap
date
every week.
night recap. We could
It's not
do
even like I don't like
we
date
could
night
do a little bit of restaurant. We could do some restaurant
reviews.
reviews.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like
Do
that.
restaurant
Yeah.
That'd
tours
be fun.
around your area.
But I don't want to give people the idea that it's not like we're like, oh, I don't want to go out on a date with you. It's just we get into
It gets busy.
it gets
I said,
busy and
lunch
then
is
it's late, but we have to just plan it. It's date night's like one of those things. I read a great meme the other day. It's like, yep, I'm the person who puts plans on the calendar and then immediately regrets it, but then have a great time when I do the plans.
Mhm,
It's
mhm.
like it's one of those, like, oh yeah, we're gonna do that. And then you're like, oh crap, we're gonna do that. Ah, I have to get up, I have to get dressed, I gotta do this. And then it's like, oh, this is great. We should do it more often.
Yeah.
That's
We
kind
always
of the
we always have a good time. I think the issue is, quite frankly, because we're at home
hmm
all the time.
COVID really had an
I think
impact on
COVID
this too,
COVID was a mess.
because we got used to it.
But I think we also got used to being home.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I mean.
And the idea of going out, like, for any purpose,
It's like,
is like,
oh,
oh, yeah,
I bet you
seriously.
there is some psychological shit going
Yeah.
on there.
I mean, I'm starting to train myself to go back to the grocery store because
hmm
since COVID started, we Instacarted our
Yeah, it's
groceries all the
true.
time, and I'm like, this has got to stop.
Yeah,
I'm spending $20-$30 in a grocery tip.
yeah.
I need to
I
get
got that.
out
That
and
makes sense.
grocery shopping.
That is true, and I think that is a big part. I think it did get worse since the pandemic, at least.
I think the pandemic made it work, but I also wonder if there isn't something about working from home
That adds to
that
it.
adds to it,
Yeah.
because you're just in the space.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so getting up to go out is
A thing.
is a thing.
You know
When
what?
when you used to get up in the morning, you get showered, you go to work, you
Yeah,
got
you're up
like
and out.
you're already up and
Yeah.
out. So there's this ability to kind of move,
That
which,
actually has a lot of interesting connotations.
yeah.
And maybe think of another topic for another episode, which is how we use the house.
Okay.
And like the reason I mention it is because I have a gorgeous office, studio office, and I like to work in the chair in the family
Yeah,
room.
which I hate that you work in the
Yeah.
chair in the
So
family
that's a good topic for next time.
room. Yes.
Because I actually work better in my office anyway. But that's not true. I work great in both spots, but
Yeah, but you always find that your brain is
I
you
feel
always
more
feel
physically
more
active and
yeah,
weight.
you
Yeah.
feel much more engaged when you're upstairs.
Yep.
Yeah.
So for
Interesting.
date night, we
Yeah.
should set one now.
We want to go see Deadpool and Wolverine,
Yes.
and we'll go.
I thought you already saw that.
No.
So they watched a bunch of the
Oh, clips.
We
Yeah,
watched
we
clips.
watched the clips.
Yeah.
Which were hysterical. And now we're watching.
And now we're watching the show,
Welcome to.
Welcome to Wrexham.
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, it
I
is good.
actually had dreams of soccer last night.
Yeah.
I actually had soccer dreams.
Yeah,
That's
and
how
no
much soccer
spoiler
we
because
watched.
we've not watched it. We don't know if they actually move through the leagues or not. So no spoilers allowed in the comments anywhere or from the producers here, director producers.
Did you watch it?
I have watched.
Nope.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't want to know because it's
I
like
love Ryan Reynolds.
it's like not knowing which gender your child's going to be. This is like one of those things I don't know how it
gender
turns out.
reveal. Yes.
So that's kind of fun
Yes.
to actually live in real life, and it's
Okay.
real. It's
Yeah.
not make believe.
So the next date would be Wolverine versus Deadpool.
Yeah.
Do you have a date in mind for that?
It's got to be the weekend. This weekend. It's got to be Saturday.
We're already no Saturday. We can't do Saturdays because Saturday's the family breakfast day. I don't.
But we'll do this dinner time
Don't you
though.
feel like doing I feel like
Two
that's
things in
extravagant.
one
Two
day.
things in one day.
Going back to the
Are
being
you
at home
are you really
conversation.
gonna say
Two
that?
things in one day? That
You
seems a
really?
little extravagant.
You're right. That's kind of pushing it. Maybe Sunday we go,
Maybe Sunday we go.
because God forbid we do two things in one day.
I want a selfie on Sunday night of you guys at the movie.
Okay,
All right. I just want to say,
that's a deal.
it is a thing with when we have dogs to try to
Nah,
go
it's a
out.
piece of cake. We can time the movie nicely in between medicines.
Oh, time the movie.
There's one at 6:50.
Oh, thanks,
Sunday.
Wen.
That's perfect, because I can give Diego his medicine before we go.
There you go. All
What's
right.
your, movie
6:50.
theater
Oh my
snack?
God, Deb, we won't get home till like 9.
Movie theater
least.
snacks. You know what?
That's late.
We don't have a lot of
No?
no. I will say back in the day, I loved Raisinets.
You loved what?
Mix them in your popcorn.
Raisinets.
I'm
no.
Goobers. I was Goobers. I did not like
I mix those
Raisinets.
into the popcorn.
Do you mix
Raisin
it?
with
Do
chocolate.
you do that? What's
Not
your
Raisinets
movie snack?
specifically. I do Whoppers in popcorn, and then I get the Nerds gummy clusters. Those are like my favorites.
In popcorn?
Not the gummy clusters,
gonna
but the
say.
chocolate in the popcorn.
That I get, because chocolate and salt are great.
All right, Wen, what's yours?
I always got Junior Mints.
Junior Mints.
So
Oh.
boring.
Mine was
Old
Whoppers.
No.
I know, but I really like them.
Mine was plain Whoppers or Goobers. Goobers and Raisinets. How
Yeah.
did that song go?
I know.
Do you know the Goobers and
Chocolate
Raisinets?
covered
but I don't
treats,
think I've ever had the
Raisinets and Goobers. They're wonderful to eat.
That's it.
I know.
That's it. And I was always the Goobers, because I don't like
That's the
mushy
Raisinets.
things in
Oh,
chocolate.
I love
That's fruit.
raisins and chocolate.
That's fruit and chocolate, which is a whole nother episode.
Do you like snow caps?
Nah.
No.
Nah.
Yes, they're nonpareils. Yes.
Like
Nah.
With the little like little balls. It's a nonpareil. It's a nonpareil.
They're so good. I like
Meh.
My
Yeah.
grandmother, my nana, when we would go to her house, she had a cut crystal bowl on her coffee table.
With the snowballs
The
and the
first
snow.
thing you did when you went into her house is you ran and you opened it up, and there would be either just the nonpareils that just have the white, which I think were dark chocolate with the little white balls, and then I think it was milk chocolate that had the multicolored balls. Oh, I have that
That
distinct
memory.
of going into her house and always, did she fill up the bowl? Did she
Yep.
fill up the bowl?
Oh, that's fun.
Are you
Yeah.
gonna sneak a beer into the theater, Pam?
No.
Now there are theaters.
They
That's
do
where we
that,
should go
yeah.
do this. I want to go to one of the
You
theaters
wanna
that
find
does the
a food
where you
and
have
beer
dinner
theater?
and you sit and you order dinner and
Dinner theater.
Yep. I did one of those in North Carolina. It was so much fun. Oh,
See,
okay.
that's
The
what
one by
I
us was just okay.
that's what I hear generally is
'Cause
that
all the
it's just
same food
okay.
that they have at the, it was like chicken fingers and not chicken.
Oh,
We had to
no,
go
this
in
was
to
like a
have real
restaurant
food.
restaurant. I think they have one around here that's not just
Yeah.
movie food.
We
Yeah.
can look it up.
Find it.
Movie food, as if that's a thing. Are we boring you, Diego?
No, there was a sound over there.
Oh, okay.
There was a sound over there. So
It's
it
the,
got me
switcher.
too. Oh, we could
Percent.
Got it.
Could turn that off.
He knew he smelled something.
He did.
Cool. Well, we have 2 more topics lined up for future
Yeah.
episodes now.
Fab.
Awesome. Well, date night is on the books.
Excellent.
Date night is a date. Is a
Cool.
date. Date night's a date.
Yeah, I gotta go check out one of those thingies.
What thing?
The theaters that we
Oh,
talked
yeah.
about. Yeah.
There's one near us. There's one in the fashion district just has alcohol that you can
Mm-hmm.
get there.
Yeah, that's
But
not.
the fashion district movie theater is trash.
Oh, okay. No.
Like I don't know. I just want a really nice movie watching experience. I love
Mhm.
it when the seats recline. And you
Yep.
can sit back.
We finally found a good movie theater near us, and Kaya, like, for a really long time during COVID, Kaya would only let me choose one movie a year that she would go to with me, and I had to go to everything else like by myself. Or with friends.
Aw.
But now that we found one that's like not ridiculously busy and it's like old school,
Oh,
she'll go to that one. So
neat.
that's
Nice.
cool.
That is
They
fun.
went
Ugh.
one
know.
movie a year.
It's sad.
Well, I thought you meant she only lets you go to the movie theater.
Oh no,
Once-
she only
once a
will go
year?
with me once a year.
He only gets a date once a year at the
I'm not
movies.
cracked. I like that yet.
I like it. Oh gosh, that was hard. So I have this chair in the family room. We've talked about it before. That when I pull the Velcro out, all the things fall out of it, because it's every night I do that just to clean up. But I like a good recliner,
Yes.
and we had a recliner there that was really old. Like, it was one of the first pieces of furniture we ever bought.
Yeah.
and manual recliner, boom. I do everything. I watch TV there. I work there. When people over, I
You
talk from
literally
there.
spend
I live in that chair.
hours a day, like some of those, like Archie Bunker. You are in that chair like Archie Bunker. Yes, go ahead.
You know what? You're right. Only his didn't recline. His was just a
I
straight
think
sit
his
up.
might have been a recliner.
It was a straight sit up chair, or at
Well,
least
he may not have reclined it much.
oh,
I
but it
think
might have
was
been a recliner. Maybe that's it. I'm Archie bunkering, but God, I hope not. Although Carol O'Connor was a good guy.
Absolutely.
He just played a asshole on TV.
Just play the trouble, disturb person on TV.
But and back to the important
Yeah, go
thing
ahead.
here. So I love this chair, but it was old and it was broken a little
I
bit,
was
and
tired of the chair. The chair had like holes in it from the dogs.
yeah, it was
It was
well
time. We bought that chair.
it was well
Honestly,
lived
in
in.
fairness, we bought that chair. That chair was the last piece. It's actually sitting over here,
Yeah, there it
looking
is.
very sad.
You have to get a picture of that, Francis.
Chair
That's the
was the
chair.
last piece of lazy boy furniture that we had gotten when I was pregnant with Lindsay. So for
26
it's
years
like
old.
25, 26 years. I
Okay.
think that's a long time to have a piece of furniture in your space.
Yeah. Now that said,
Yeah,
it's a great chair.
it was a great
And we
chair.
went back and forth for months on whether we just recover it, restuff the
Yes.
cushion,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. And now that I realize it's sitting right there, I may go back to doing that because
What?
so
Go back to doing what?
recovering it.
It needs to be fixed now because now you kept letting the dog sit on the
Oh, that's right. That
leg
even
on
the
the
foot
feet.
thing
So I
broke.
think now you have to have the mechanism
That's true.
repaired.
But anyway, we had to get a new one
Yes.
at some point, and
Mhm.
you broke at one point. I think when I broke the chair, when the dog getting
When the
on
dog,
it,
yes,
because
when the
Diego
dog.
does climb up. That's the other thing about the nest. Diego climbs up on my lap
Here's the
every
hard
morning.
thing is that that chair had to be rated for like 300 plus pounds.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Because of
because
all
the
the dogs
dog,
in Pam.
I mean, the dog's 100 pounds.
Mhm.
Oh, there we go. And there are times when there are
Dog
two
walks.
dogs.
Go on, Murph. Walk time.
It's time for your walk, buddy. Going upstairs. He looks a little zoned.
He's like, no, I don't want to.
You want to go for a walk?
There you go.
Murphy, come on.
Tracy
go
just
get
called
Tracy.
you.
Go on. Go get her. Oh,
Wow, I had to convince him.
he was not about it.
He was like you this morning.
He likes being in that little spot.
He does. He was like you this morning. I don't want to get up. I don't want to get up. I don't want to get up.
It's very rare that I do that. Like, because I was up with you got up, then I was up again,
Mm-hmm.
and then I went back to sleep. Then I was up again. Then the alarm went off, and I said,
I got to actually
lie.
get up.
No, I'm gonna just lie here. I fell back asleep, and then when I woke up, I'm like, Alexa, what time is it?
You whispered to her because you were
I
ashamed
always
to hear it out
whisper
loud?
to her because then she whispers back to me, and she said to me, she goes, "It's 7:27." I'm like, oh.
Your relationship with Alexa is somewhat troubling, but that's beside the point.
I love her. We can talk about that.
We'll cover that on another day. But anyway, so we had to get a new chair. That was harder to do than I thought.
Very hard to find.
And now that it's there, I'm like, oh, next time we're gonna blah blah blah. So it had to be rated for weight because I'm in it. Diego climbs up on me with it, and sometimes there are multiple animals.
You've had both dogs.
So that's one thing.
Yeah.
I thought I wanted electric.
Yes.
And that's the other thing. And then it needed to recline a certain amount.
Yep.
Because I will, like when I've had surgeries and stuff, I literally live in the chair. So it really is a nest. I've got a table here with all sorts of things. And I have the hearth over here with all sorts of things, which makes you crazy.
Makes me crazy.
But like I literally could live there. I eat there. I
literally
work there.
do.
I sleep there.
You're there a lot.
It's crazy.
It's
and it's
bad.
cozy. It's crazy and it's cozy.
Well,
but it occurs to me that you like get up in the morning and there I am.
Yes.
And then you do your things and there I am. And then you come back or whatever and there I am.
To get ready for bed and you're still in the chair.
Yep. And then I go upstairs.
And
it really is. It's just so cozy. It's like an even narrower like definition of home. Like it's like I'm a homebody.
And you know what? I would be less offended by that.
Offended?
I would be less offended by that if, quite frankly, you somehow, through the magic of I don't know what, could avoid having pen marks all over the chair, because this chair is in our living room. It is the space that we entertain in. And now I find myself needing to cover that chair because there are pen marks
There
all over
are.
it. And if anybody has any great ideas for how to get ink
Oh yeah.
out of it's microfiber. So I
Yeah,
did
we get
insist
didn't we get special super
I
easy to
insisted
clean
on my
stuff?
yes, to take care of the dogs, not to take care of a woman who cannot keep her pens to herself. Crying out loud. It's one thing, like seriously, you go into the nest, and if you put your hands down the
Oh yeah,
sides, it's crumbs.
it's gross.
I'm constantly having to vacuum the
Vacuum in
thing
there,
out.
yeah,
It's worse than a toddler in a car.
it is
Worse
pretty
than
bad.
a toddler in
But
a
you
car.
can't see it, so it's okay.
I see the pen.
Well, the pen, yeah, that is a challenge. If you do know how to get pen out of, if we need to like
I need to
chat
look that up.
GPT that.
I need to look that
What
up.
do you
I'll
do
look it
if
up.
a 62-year-old woman writes on your couch? How do
But
you
you
get
need
it
to
out?
stop.
And the answer would be leave the
You
woman.
need to stop. This is why it's so much better when you're up in your office, because
And I
there's
love my
no way
office.
that this happens in
Yeah.
your office.
It's true.
So why should you be allowed to make everything messy in my living room?
Yeah, that's fair. And I do like working in my office. I'm not making any more
Yes.
pledges though. We've already pledged to date night. I'm not going to be pledged I'm going to work in my office, but I am going to tell you,
You pledged
I like
that
my
already one
office.
other time.
I'm going to give it a run because here's the thing. It's fall. Not yet. My sister's very offended that people are calling it
Fall in September.
It's late summer going into fall, and I want to start walking. So on nice days, I can walk outside, and on crappy days, I can walk on my treadmill, which is in my office, which
Yes.
goes up and down my desk.
Yes.
So, I can play with things. I can
Yeah.
whiteboard. I
Yeah,
can,
we gave that whole space up
yeah,
so
and
that
I love
you
it.
have an office.
And I love it.
Yeah.
And I love my nest. It's fair. I'm torn,
I understand.
but this way I get both.
Well,
And you can have the living
I
room
hear you,
back.
because the other thing I was thinking the other day
Uh-oh.
is if
This
is
when
true.
it leads with that,
It is
she's
true.
planning something.
I
can't believe
was.
you're initiating a carpet bombing on the
I'm
air.
going to initiate a carpet bombing on the air.
This is how she gets things her
So,
way.
and
By the way, it always
here's
starts with, I was thinking the
well,
other
this is what I
day."
was thinking.
And I
There
know
was
that
so many,
face.
It was so
Oh
many
my
things.
God.
Stop.
The last time this happened, you got rid of my leather couch.
Yeah, well, that couch.
It took you
I
a year, but it
loved-
started with,
Stop. I
I was
loved that
thinking.
couch. The dogs destroyed that couch. I loved that couch, Pam. I truly loved
And
that
yet-
couch. It had to go.
that's
At
not
some
love.
point,
That's not
when
love.
there are holes in it, because you're like,
Love is a decision you make every day.
Because this is what she does. This is what she does with her things. She's like too tired to play with the dog, so she holds the bone right here. Let me just hold the bone here for him while he's chewing it, and manages to chew a hole through the couch.
Was that Patches?
No.
Oh.
No. It was Tally.
But all I can say.
Don't. Anyway,
No.
I want to initiate
Damn, I
this because I
tried.
think this is really kind
Okay.
of cool. This is a cool idea, potentially.
I'm listening open-mindedly.
Oh, be open-minded. I was considering, since you are so resistant to being in your office space,
I'm not. I love it.
since you're so freaking resistant to being in your office space,
Resistant.
taking some part of this space down here and moving your office
No.
into the podcast suite.
Too
And
cold.
the reason I was thinking, it's not too cold. It's comfortable right
No,
now.
it's way too good. No, nope. It's a hard no. I love my office right where it is. I have the sun coming in from
I
the
wanted
south.
to do that so that at Christmas time, when we have everybody here, I could have one more bedroom.
Yeah, no. But this can be a bedroom.
No, it's an illegal bedroom. You can't use this as a bedroom.
Well, we wouldn't call it a bedroom. We'd just put a pull-out couch there and put somebody down here we don't like.
Who?
Yeah,
It's,
one of
it's
those
all of our
comforter,
family at
rolly
Christmas
beds.
time. Who do we do that with? We tell
Whoever's
Wen,
least in
you're gonna have to
favor.
sleep in the
No,
basement.
not
We
Wen.
tell Jennifer.
When
No,
would?
you're serious? You would sleep down here?
Yes, because it would be the only place I'd be comfortable.
And it's cool. We just need to make that a pull-out couch.
All right, we need to
But
get
we
a
like
pu-
Wen,
we
so we
need to
can't
get
set the
a
house on
nice
fire.
couch
If
for
I'm
Wen.
overwhelmed, I can be down here by
Yeah,
myself.
which they
So
like.
you do like this that idea?
Oh yeah.
All right, so maybe I'll figure out how to create some
A bed space.
crash space down here.
There you go. Problem solved.
All right, so
You're welcome.
Yeah,
But no, my office is not moving.
yeah,
I
because
love
then
it.
Jennifer and Matt can
But
have
to be
that room,
fair-
and Lindsay can have her room with Eriku. Yeah,
To be fair, I
What?
will start using it because I do like it.
I-
I'm not making any
yes.
commitments because when I do that, clearly I don't always keep the promises to
I
myself.
love how we painted it so nice. We put that beautiful mandala on the wall, and you're just never
Not for
up
my
for it.
office, you didn't. You painted that for your yoga room when it was your yoga room.
Yes, it was going to be beautiful.
Don't be pretending you did that for my office. We
Now
wouldn't
it's
have put a
not-
mandala on the wall
right,
in
and
my
now
office.
it's not my yoga room. It's just your office. It's okay.
Well, the sacrifices we make.
It is a sacrifice.
But you have a nice yoga room now, the red room.
I do.
You
I
made
have
that
the
into
red
a
room.
really nice yoga room
Yeah, and it's a bedroom. It's a nice room.
and a meditation place, and it is the one with the red walls.
I love the red.
It's our
walls.
bordello room.
Don't pick on my red room.
It's bordello room.
Beautiful.
It is beautiful. Red.
Candy apple red.
It is.
On that note, we're gonna cut. Basically, the whole premise of the Mandela Effect is that people remember things differently than they actually were, and people are convinced that we've slipped through different realities or different dimensions, and things were different in a different world, right? So we're going to go through some examples of things that people remember a certain way. I'm going to ask you what you think it was. And then
Okay.
we'll see how it actually was. We're pulling this game from mentalfloss.com.
This sounds
They put
fun.
A lot of the things, but what I'll do is
Yeah.
I'll throw a graphic up on the screen.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, on the screen. Okay, got it.
So that people can see kind of what we're referencing.
Oh, okay.
So
Cool.
the first one is the Monopoly Man. Does the Monopoly Man have a monocle or no?
Oh. All right, so I just immediately, you said Monopoly Man, and I thought of the little guy.
With the yes.
No, I thought of another guy who does have a monocle. It's a food guy.
Okay,
You thought of the peanut guy?
Yes.
Oh, the peanut guy.
And Peanut Guy has a monocle. So I'm going to guess it's a no, but I'm not remembering, I'm guessing.
I think he does.
Yeah? Yeah. So everybody thinks that in his name, do you know the Monopoly Man's name?
No.
Rich Uncle Pennybags.
Uncle Pennybags.
I don't know that I ever knew that, but that's okay.
Okay.
Does he?
But
he mustn't have
people think that he does.
But he doesn't.
He does not.
Have a monocle.
I'll bet you people think that he does because people do. They don't say it out loud, but they go from Monopoly Man to
the peanut
to
guy.
the Peanut Guy.
I always thought it was people would go to Colonel Sanders for some reason in my head. But I don't know.
That's
if he has
also
a
good. That's a good way to go
monocle
too.
I don't know, but the first picture I thought of was Peanut Guy.
Okay, so he does not,
Mhm.
and that means that Pam took that round.
Yes, she did.
Okay.
Is this like Jimmy Fallon's games where the last round is like 10,000 points, so no matter what happens, if you win the last one, go ahead.
We can't be like Jimmy
it
Fallon.
like the
Nobody can
tiebreaker
live
round?
live
the
up to Jimmy
tiebreaker.
Fallon games. Go ahead.
Number 2 is Jiffy peanut butter. Is it Jiffy or Jif peanut butter?
Oh, Jeff.
Is it Jiffy or Jif, Pam?
It's Jif.
It's Jif? You are right. So people are convinced that
It's Jiffy. Yep.
But a lot of people think that it's because there's Skippy peanut butter.
That makes sense.
So
Jiffy and Skippy?
That makes sense.
Yeah, I know it's Jeff. That I know.
So the next one is Silence of the Lambs. Great movie.
Yep.
People think that it's during the scene where they're imprisoned Hannibal Lecter and Clarice Starling, and they, based on the novel, it's Hello Clarice or is it Good Morning?
I know it as Hello Clarice.
Well, he does
Hello Clarice.
He does call her by her name.
Is it hello or good morning though? I think it's hello.
I think you're right.
It's Good Morning. So during the first meeting, he says Good Morning. He doesn't say her name at all.
Oh.
I just you know what it is? When you watch that movie, you get like just the creepy way he says Clarice into your head, and you feel like he uses that all the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like so people remember Lecter greeting Starling and remember him saying Clarice in a melodic tone.
Yes.
A false memory of the classic
Hello Clarice.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, so the next one
That's really cool.
The Fruit of the Loom label.
Yeah.
People have a fond recollection of a cornucopia of fruit on the label inside of the popular brand of underwear.
Yep.
Was the cornucopia there?
No.
Yeah, it was guys' heads with different fruits.
No.
Yes, it was. On the commercial?
Not on the commercial. On the underwear.
Oh, you mean actually in the
Like
underwear?
on the underwear.
That I don't know.
No, there's
'Cause
not
I
a
never
cor-
had
there's
Fruit of
not a
the Loom.
cornucopia.
I never had Fruit of the Loom underwear. We were all girls in our house.
There's no basket.
Yeah,
So
there's
it's
no
just the
But
basket.
the
It's just the
ad
fruit.
had a
Yep.
basket of guys' heads wrapped in fruit. Don't you remember the ad?
I
I can't say that I
can't
do.
say that I do.
Anybody
But
remember the
But I
ad?
did know it didn't have a basket.
Yeah, there's
Are
no
you?
basket. I don't remember the ad. We'll look up that ad.
You have to look up that ad
Yeah.
and show a little clip on here just so people know I'm not crazy or prove I am. But I
I wonder
remember.
how long it'll take me to find this ad.
I
I remember the grape head guy.
Yeah,
I remember the grape.
And it's
Yeah.
or no, the grape.
I remember the grape.
They're
It sounds really creepy the way you're describing it.
well, hopefully you find a picture and we don't freak people out with that description. Okay.
Okay.
Deb, I have one for you specifically.
Oh no.
What color is Snoopy's tail?
Oh. Hmm.
Love
Miss
Snoopy.
enthusiast.
Gotta be black or white or both.
It's white. It's white.
I want to say
Does it-
white.
But does it have a little?
White?
But does it have a? Does it have a little black paint?
I'm
brush on
thinking
the
of
top?
Orfeo, who has a
No, I'm
black with a
thinking-
little
now I'm
white
getting
tip.
all now I'm getting all twisted. He isn't. He's white.
I'm going
It's
with white.
Black
It's white with a black spot at the end.
with a black tip, like
But
a paint
most
tip.
people think that it's just a black tail.
Really?
No, so I thought that black paint tip, and then you said, "Oh, you're thinking of Orfeo," but no, I was actually thinking of Snoopy. I love him.
You do love Snoopy.
That was a good one, man. The next one is the Mona Lisa.
Mhm.
Does the Mona Lisa have a smirk or a frown?
That's the debate.
She has a smirk.
Nobody knows.
She has a smirk.
I.
Why are your eyes unable to? Yes.
You think she has a?
Yes, she's like a half smile that people can't tell. Like
Well, that's what
is
I mean. That's why there's no right or wrong to this.
But
Because
there is a right.
How do you
not
know?
frowning?
She's not frowning. It's a smirk.
It's a
She has
smirk.
a smirk. But the people think that the reason why people think it's a frown is because a lot of art depictions have people frowning.
Oh, so it's just we assume it's a frown.
If you look at
No,
it,
if you
right
look at her,
now,
she's smirking.
it's like just a clear smirk.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there is a huge
You
debate
can't tell
about
what
it.
she's. You just don't know what she's
And
thinking.
if we didn't have all of the other images of frowny people, we would never have ascribed frown to that. Is that what I'm hearing? Is that the Mandela effect?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Okay. The next one is a big one. And I want you to weigh in on this too.
Okay.
The Berenstein Bears.
Berenstein
Is it
Bears.
Or Berenstain?
Don't get me started on this.
Berenstein or
people-
Berenstain?
Stein or Stain?
It's
Yes.
EIN.
It's AIN.
Oops. We disagree. She said.
It's AIN.
That's right.
Yes.
I know, but everybody thinks it's EIN.
Because we say Berenstein.
Yeah, it's AIN.
Berenstain.
Berenstain. Just say it like you're
Bernstein.
from the South. You get it right.
Bernstein Bears.
Berenstain.
I liked
Okay, so the
Paddington
next
Bear.
one
I like Paddington too.
is
It's cute with his little
going back
lashes.
to the Tom Cruise movie, Risky Business.
Oh God, I barely remember.
Ain't nothing but no, it's not Hound Dog.
Yes. No.
When
Just
he-
take those old records
That's
off
it.
the shelf.
That's
when
it.
he does that dance,
Yeah, when he does the slide.
is he wearing sunglasses or no?
When he does the slide
When he does the
specifically.
dance, like that dance from that scene, when he slides in his underwear and he does the dance.
All right, my instinct is to say yes, but now I'm guessing the answer is no.
What do you think?
I think it's my picture of it is yes, but I'm guessing I'm wrong.
Oh
But if
my
you
gosh,
if
I
I
can't-
like if I gave you my gut answer, I'd say, oh yeah, he had sunglasses on.
Yeah, no.
No shades.
No shades.
Yeah. No shades.
Why did I ascribe
shades.
shades to it then? Because I totally have him sliding. Oh, Top Gun maybe.
That's probably why.
Maybe because he wore shades a lot in
Mhm.
that movie.
Tricky.
Okay. Tinkerbell in the old school Disney intro. Does Tinkerbell make the whole Disney logo with her wand, or does she dot the I?
She dots it. She doesn't make that. She doesn't write out the whole word. Boop. Yeah, no, she can't. I don't think she can do. That's a whole thing. She's dotting it. She's dotting the I.
I don't know.
I'll
I'll just agree because I don't
I
know.
don't know.
She dots the I. A lot of people think that she breaks
Draws
up
the whole thing.
but
Yeah.
the way it happens is she slides
She
in and it appears
and she
as-
does
yeah,
yes,
and
and she
Got
does
it.
and she does this.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. The next one is Curious George. Does
Oh.
George have a tail?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a monkey, right?
He's a monkey.
You would think he has a tail.
He has a tail.
I'm trying to remember.
I think he's leading us down the dark path, and the answer is going to be no. But in my mind, he has a tail. But I'm also thinking of Barrel of Monkeys at the same time.
They don't have tails.
That's how they
They're
hang.
just a. They're just like they have.
They have
a
arms
tail.
and a tail, don't they?
Yeah, the tail's one of the curly things that
I
it has.
thought so.
I
Now I'm
think
going to
so.
have to go buy Barrel of Monkeys.
I don't know. I don't even know.
We'll have to go look that up now
Yeah.
too.
When's looking it up right now?
But we're talking about Curious George, yes or
Curious
no?
George.
Oh, good Lord! It's not like
No,
science.
he does not have a tail.
Wait,
I
what
said
if you said
yes.
he does? He does not have a tail. He's never been depicted with a tail.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I thought monkeys had tails.
Barrel of Monkeys is just arms.
Monkeys do have
Really?
tails.
Did you just look it up?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, shite.
There were
Okay,
big
this
ones
one
and little
will be
ones.
a good one for Jennifer, your sister.
Okay.
All right.
In Star Trek.
Oh, which
the
one?
classic line. Well, just overall.
Okay.
Line, right? Beam me up, Scotty.
Yes.
What is the actual line? Is it beam me up, Scotty? Is it beam me up? Like, what does he say? Scotty, beam us up. There's a bunch of iterations that people think it is. What is it?
Well, I guess it's not Beam Me Up, Scotty, because that's the one that I know.
Maybe you could be right.
I have to go with that, but I know that's Mandela Effect because I basically say it all the time.
What? Beam me up, Scotty.
Yeah, Beam Me Up, Scotty.
Yeah.
And it's probably not right. Which one do you think it is? It might be.
And this is in the series.
Yeah. Well, there have been 700 series.
Kirk. We're specifically talking about Kirk as William Shatner.
Oh, my series.
Yeah.
My era.
Back in our day.
The original Star Trek. Beam me up. I have to go with Beam Me Up, Scotty, but I'm guessing 1,000% that I'm wrong.
Yeah, I'm going with you too.
All right. We know we're wrong.
We
but
must be
Beam Me
wrong,
Up, Scotty. What was it?
Not beam me up, Scotty. He said, Scotty, beam us up and beam us up, but he's never said beam us up, Scotty.
Wow. We did adapt that, and I'm going to keep using it as if it's truth.
Yeah.
Beam me
do
up,
it.
Scotty. Beam me up, Scotty, right
I
now.
feel like it's so ingrained in you.
Yes.
You can't really
It's like
change
hold,
it.
please.
Hippity-boo.
Okay.
Hey, Murph.
The next one is
What's up?
in the classic Bruce Springsteen, Born in the USA.
Born in the
right?
USA. Oh,
Does
yeah.
he have a red bandana in his back pocket?
I don't remember. That is truly, and I don't remember, but I don't have an image either way.
I don't have.
It's the classic image of his
Yep.
the back of him
Yep.
silhouette.
And is there a
on the
red
American
bandana?
flag. Yeah. Does he have a red bandana in his pocket?
I don't remember. I got to pass.
I was not a Springsteen fan.
No.
Yeah.
Back in the
Dan
day,
Fogelberg.
But I would, but it seemed like it would seem right that he would have one because he's wearing blue jeans. If he wanted to be
He's
red,
wearing
Let's
white,
go
or
with
blue.
yes.
White
He's wearing a
t-shirt, blue jeans.
Blue jeans
like
and
it would.
Yep, I know
Would
that.
make sense.
So it's not. We're close. It's not a red bandana. It's a red baseball cap. But everybody thinks it's like a.
It's
red
a bandana. I'll be darned.
Ah.
He's just got a folded up baseball cap in
Yeah.
his.
Like literally just So it's literally just a baseball cap in his back pocket.
Oh, it
there
does
you
look
go.
like a bandana. You're
Yeah.
right.
But everybody thinks it's a bandana.
Yep. Wow.
Okay, and that was the end of our Mandela
Oh,
effect.
We were okay. That's a cool
we were
game.
Not bad.
Yeah, we'll have to find a few more of these. There's a
Yeah.
bunch of them. There's a few on this list that I didn't do
Yep.
because I just don't know how.
That's neat. We could use those in Huddle too.
Yeah, these could be
Yeah.
fun. But that was the game, and that is
Awesome. So that is a wrap on today. We hope that you like, subscribe, give us ideas, decide who you agree
Comment.
with, Pam.
Choose.
If we
Team
were to
Deb.
rename the show, she said, I'm right, she's wrong. Who would be the I'm right? That's an important vote to
I'm
drop.
right.
Either
She's
way,
wrong.
either way, we love being here. Hope you find it kind of fun and useful. Pick up a few tips about living and working together.
Yeah.
With dogs
and
grown kids.
And grown kids.
And have a great week because we will see you next week.
Absolutely.
Take care.
Take it easy.